to another episode of Binge or Bail, the podcast where we watch the first episode of a TV show and decide if we're in till the end or we're going to jump ship on it. My name is Seth, and I'm joined today by my wife, Kayla.
Hello.
My sister-in-law, Lorna.
Hello.
My brother, William.
Hello.
And we are today talking about the show that started in 2016. This Is Us. This Is Us is a drama series. These are all the drama, comedy, romance, according to IMDb. A heartwarming and emotional story about a unique set of triplets, their struggles, and their wonderful parents. This Is Us was suggested to us by Kayla Allen, who said that she watches it when she wants to cry. And so,
we're seeing naked people. Goodness gracious.
That's true. I guess we can't just open up with that.
First second
You see in the show is a butt.
Well, they did a little quote thing or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I do want to start with that quote. I was a little like, I don't understand this quote.
But it's because they're all born on the same day.
Well, I understand
it was a joke that obviously didn't deliver too well for you and is just used to set up exposition, but it's like a mediocre joke to set up exposition. I'm pretty sure that's all.
I don't know what quote we're talking about.
I thought
the beginning
it's
all like, if you read,
inspirational.
It's like if you read on Wikipedia and then it has a big long thing talking about sharing birthdays doesn't really matter with anything
that they haven't proved yet.
Yeah, but then and then all the words fade out except for This Is Us, and I'm like, why is this happening right now?
Yes, that did not really, like I said, I feel like it is a mediocre joke that did not land very well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can see how that could pull on the average American's heartstrings.
It's true. This is us.
Well, then everyone had their profile pictures with the frame on Facebook.
Oh, I know.
But I will say that mediocre joke does seem out of character for the show.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was like, why is this happening? Because Kayla and I set it up. We have watched the first half of the first season.
Oh,
before.
You had?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you hadn't seen it at all.
No, we'd seen it.
No, we've seen it.
We've seen the first half of the first season, and but you guys hadn't seen it at all. Well, we'll get there.
Oh, okay.
We'll get there. But yeah, so like somebody mentioned earlier, the first thing you see in the show after that is you see Milo, what's his face, right?
Milo Spaghetti Maglia or whatever.
Oh my gosh, you can't do that.
Ventimiglia. I don't know how you say his name.
The guy from
I bet it tells
Jesse from Gilmore Girls.
Jesse from Gilmore Girls, Rocky Balboa, the guy from Heroes.
Stay down.
I'm trying to read something on that.
I was trying to see if it tells us how to say his name.
It doesn't. I could have told you IMDb doesn't give you pronunciations of people's names.
Let me see it.
Ventimiglia.
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 Milo, he plays Jack, and then he's married to Rebecca, and it's like the 80s, I think, right? It's not.
It's 70s,
late 70s
because it's like the Iran crisis or whatever.
Okay.
On the TV.
Okay. And so, but she's super pregnant with triplets, and it's his birthday, and so she's trying to be all like dancy for him as if for his birthday, but not really. She's not, because she's like, I'm super pregnant, and please just let me.
3 kids.
And he's just trying to be nice to her, also like trying to encourage her and let her. Yeah. And so you're already right off the bat. You're like, oh, look at these people. What a nice couple. They like each other very much. She's very pregnant, and then her water breaks. And this is when you find out that the show is
But that's not what happened.
Yeah, it is.
It already has cut.
It's already cut then? Oh, okay. So
it cut before that.
Okay. And so the show cuts back and forth between back then with them and then with their adult
But we don't know that.
Kids.
We don't know that till
But if you watched a commercial, you knew that about the show. I know that Lorna didn't know that.
No,
the show. She was surprised.
I was really confused.
She's like, "Why do they keep showing this black family? Why are they involved in this?"
That is but that's like the big twist at the end of the first.
At the end of the first episode, sure.
Well, yeah, I just thought it was like different lives of people, and maybe they intersected at some point.
Same birthday.
Yeah, but then I didn't realize, like, oh wow, they're all from the same family.
And especially because you don't. I guess that if I hadn't thought of it being a twist, because I kept like thinking like, why aren't they not showing Randall.
It's a
his name's
huge
Randall.
Twist. They're like going hard for the twist.
Randall, Kate, and Kevin are the name. Randall he's successful. He has his own family. He was the adopted one. And then Kate and Kevin are part of the original triplets. And then also their brother died when the baby was born. It's very sad. And then, man, there's so many things that happen in this show where I'm like, man, I really hope I never have to do that. Outside of like having your baby die, but then having to tell your wife that the baby died, I was like, oh gosh, I don't think I would ever want to do that. Mm-hmm. I can say I know for sure I'd never want to do that. It isn't a thing. But yeah, this show, and that's just letting you know, it gets worse from there on like how emotionally draining this show can be.
No. I already can barely manage my own emotions day to day. I don't need more emotions at the end of the day.
Yeah, which is why Kayla and I did end up stop watching the show, because we watched I think like when it was coming out. I think we were watching it week to week. Because everyone was like, man, it's so good. And so we watched it. And I mean, I like this episode as like, if it was just a movie and it ended kind of where it was, and if they wrapped things up a little bit more, I'd be like, oh, what a nice little movie. But the fact that it just keeps going and like, there's just drama and like fighting between people and like bad things that happen. Like Randall finds out that his biological. No, I'm just talking about this episode. Oh. Like Randall finds out that his biological dad, who he's tracked down because he was like a drug addict,
right?
And had abandoned him at a gas station because his mom had died.
No, fire station.
Sorry, not gas
station.
He's dying, and like how that plays out, and
it's such a roller coaster. Even the first episode's like good news, then bad news, good news, then bad news.
Yeah, dude, it cuts from
all over the place.
It cuts from like the best joke in the episode. I can't remember what Toby said. Toby said something funny. Taserface from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He says something really funny. I can't remember. We all laughed at it. And then it immediately cuts to like the dad
I was just thinking about her stomach getting stapled.
No. I'm talking at the end.
Oh, when they were first.
When they're with the Manny. When like, he's like, oh man, I feel bad for Alan Thicke. Yeah. And they're all like, and then it cuts immediately to like the dad sitting like waiting, and then the doctor comes out. It's like, one of your babies died.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my gosh. And it's just like peaks and valleys of like your emotions. Just like, you're like,
too much.
It's almost like at a point you're like, if you laugh at something, you know something bad is going to happen afterwards. Because
your body's already predicting.
You know that they're going to sucker punch you in the
Our
gut.
living room, where it was completely different handling, because you got Seth looking over at me with sad eyes, and I'm not sitting next to him, and he's all like, you want me to hug you? And I was like, don't touch me. And then you got Will and Lorna over there all snuggly, I love you so much. And I'm like, you touch me, I'm going to cry. I don't want to cry. Like, leave me alone.
I didn't cry. I was proud of myself.
Well, probably because we already.
I teared up like 3 times.
If
I also watched Spider-Man already today, so I cried.
It's also setting. If you were alone with me and I would have let you cuddle me, you would have been a mess.
No, I don't think I would have. I think
if we were alone and watching it.
No, because I don't think I cried the first time we watched it either. And again, I cry pretty easily, but this isn't the kind of stuff that makes me cry as much. Like, I don't cry at sad things very much. It's usually at things where it's like people are growing and like doing things that they didn't think that they would do or could do before. Like, example, today we watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Me and the kids did. And I get emotional at the end when Miles realizes his potential and what he can do, and that people believe in him and that he's cared for. And those things make me emotional. So the closest I got to crying in this episode is when the doctor, when the doctor, played by Major Dad.
Are you gonna cry right now?
No.
Oh, okay. It's like, Seth, stop.
No,
man.
I'm not gonna cry right now. The doctor
Don't do
played.
this to yourself.
The doctor played.
A drop of the
Also,
hat,
I don't
guys.
care if I
You
cry
just
either.
cry.
It doesn't.
That's fine. But I was just gonna be like, hey, we can take a break.
We can't take any more breaks. We've already cut out a full podcast's worth of material, which no one will ever hear. I will burn it. But when he tells him about how like he lost his wife and how they lost their first baby and he never stopped thinking about it, but how like he's gone on to like because of that to go and do all these good things and stuff, like, oh gosh, he's really trying
he
to
delivers babies.
Yeah, he delivers babies.
Yeah.
Because I said he was a doctor. So,
and he's still delivering babies at 73 because his wife of 53 years passed away.
mm-hmm.
And so he keeps coming in
Yep. And
to
so,
do something.
Again, sad.
sad.
Yeah.
But the doctor,
So many lonely
spoiler,
people in
the doctor
world.
keeps coming back. He like is a part. Like he develops a
Oh
relationship
my
with him.
gosh.
But I am.
My
but,
poor
yeah.
grandma.
Don't,
My
Kayla,
grandpa passed
don't.
away when I was
Oh,
little,
okay,
and
you're
she
relevant.
is just.
So I'm curious, now that you guys have watched the first episode again,
Yes.
Would you like continue through the series, or are you still just like, no, we have to?
Knowing,
Because that's why you guys dropped it, right? Is because it was just too.
Yes, it's too
Okay.
emotionally draining. It was like,
Yes.
oh gosh, life is bad enough as it is. I don't want to worry about these. But I understand. It's one of those things where it's like, this just isn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
I understand completely why people would
Right.
want to watch it, because I understand, like, because when it's like watching a scary movie, you watch a scary movie so you can safely experience these feelings.
Right.
Watching a show like this, you can safely experience these, like, both the cathartic things when good things happen after bad things, or like dealing with the bad emotions that
Right.
come with it. And so
Or even just like the payoff too.
Yeah,
of,
sure.
Like, okay, they've grown, or this nice thing happened, so yay, we're experiencing that with the characters.
mhm. Like I don't know. I don't just knowing what comes with, like, even just in the first half of the season. Like,
Ugh, I hate stuff like that. I hate it. I hate when people are like, just you wait. You're
No.
connected to these
No.
characters.
We didn't get any, like, I don't want to say like something real big or bad specifically happened. It was just like kind of this,
The
like,
stuff that happened
it just keeps happening.
with their parents. That was the stuff that was
I don't even
really
remember.
sad.
So does it
Just
keep
really-
cutting back and forth?
yeah,
Mhm,
and then
yeah.
Mandy Moore shows up in old makeup as their mom now, and
How good is the old
it's,
makeup?
I mean, for a
Is it
TV show,
convincing?
it's decent.
Does
it's
it
fine.
look?
It's not
As
Avengers good.
No, is it?
But we all know Mandy Moore is like
What's
20
that?
forever.
What's
Yeah,
that
she
show
is.
we used to
She
watch
really is.
in the mornings before school?
Oh,
Underdog?
Mama's Family.
Is it Mama's Family?
It's
good?
better than Mama's Family.
Oh, okay, I'm in.
So it's convincing.
I'm in.
What's wrong with Mama's Family?
Well, it's
Nothing's
a
wrong with
joke, like that lady is not old but looks
Yeah.
old. Mama ain't old, but no, it's better than Mama's Family age
Okay.
makeup.
Okay.
Better than Benjamin Button. They don't try to go like all crazy with it.
Benjamin Button.
But yeah, no, I think I'll just be the first one to say, like, I probably would bail on this show, but I could see myself like getting the hankering and going and watching this first episode again, because I do like this. I did like watching this first episode, but it's not something that I want to eat every day.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I ate some Doritos, but then if I start eating Doritos every day, a lot of them, then it's like, oh
Then you have
gosh,
to go to the
I
fat
don't
support group, like they
feel
do
good.
in the show.
She threw away an unopened bag of Doritos. I was like, she is dedicated. She's
That's
ready
true.
to do it.
But then she wasn't, because she saw that donut and she was like, ma'am, neighbor, can you please give me that dog poop so I can put the dog
Yes.
poop on the food
See,
so I
that
don't
is just,
dumpster
like-
dive in my garbage.
I'm such a feeler, like seeing them go through those emotional struggles
Mm-hmm.
of like the Manny. Like, oh man, that's the worst when you hate your job and
Yeah.
you just like don't feel fulfilled.
Well, let's-
and-
Have him take off his shirt.
Well, let's just
It's better with your
establish.
shirt off.
Let's just establish what we're talking about. So each one of the three kids, who are now adults, are each dealing with their own thing. So the daughter, Kate, she is overweight and wanting to like a really unhealthy degree and wanting to take care of that. And so the things that she's doing to try to fight that. And so and then there's her brother, Kevin, who's an actor, and he's on a sitcom called The Manny.
Man.
And
He's just like a stupid, good-looking dad.
yeah, which I wish I knew more about the Manny though.
You're like,
I only
want
know
more of
like
it.
2 characters who are in it: the Manny and the Manny's dad. Like,
Right. And
Oh.
it's
But
like,
that was the first
and a
time he was
baby.
there.
well, it's like Alan Thicke is a guest star.
yeah,
So it's only in that episode. So he's not even a main
yeah.
character.
So it's like the only thing we ever see of it is him
Oh, we
holding
saw the
a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. I'm like, what else is going on in
Then
this
he
show?
also threw the baby.
Through
Its
the
head fell
baby's
off.
the doll of the baby, yeah. And then there's, like we mentioned before, Randall, who ends up you finding being adopted into the family, finds his real dad, and he's dealing with that. And so, but yeah, they're all going through their own things. So it's almost like everybody can find one trauma to identify with.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
At least
okay,
fun.
this is gonna sound awful, but it was funny how he kept bringing up the Challenger.
That was funny. Yeah.
He's like, it was the Challenger. This is why you're overweight. It's because of the trauma of watching the Challenger explode in school.
That's just one of those things, man. It's like
Yeah.
that was their
Like
9/11.
9/11, yeah.
For real.
Was just like everybody watched it happen live on TV, and it was just like you
Shocked.
could not fathom like what had just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And man, the more you hear about the Challenger, like the sadder and stuff it gets. How it's like they were probably still alive
Until they hit the water.
Yeah, until they hit the water.
Yeah.
And it's like
Dear goodness.
yeah, and like hearing the astronauts like who trained with them and stuff talk about like the pilot is like I guarantee you the guy who was piloting it like was trying to save it like every second until he died. Like he was trying to like pilot it to the
And then the engineer who was like, we can't do this takeoff because this is faulty. And they're
Right.
like, nah.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Oh,
And then
it's
he's
like,
like,
you
and then he's
guys, I
like, I'm
can't
leaving. I'm not going to be
know.
part
Yep.
of this.
This is why I have to
What?
read before
Yep.
I go to bed, is because I will lay awake
Yeah,
at
there was
night and
an
think through
engineer.
all these things.
Who
There's
was like,
always-
this is faulty. We cannot do this takeoff tomorrow. And they're like, we're going to do it.
Wait, is this this happened in America?
And that's the
Do
thing.
you not know about the Challenger explosion?
No.
Okay, don't worry about it then. We'll just worry.
I feel like I've seen the video.
It's
of it.
yeah. So it was the
I'm sure
first
you
time
have.
that like she was like the first
Pretty
just like
famous video.
citizen, right? That's just going up.
Yeah,
She was a teacher. That and so that's why all the schools were
This
watching
is
it.
America.
Well, that's why all the schools were watching. Because they're like, look, a regular person, a teacher, is going to space, and then
Oh
it
my
exploded in front of
gosh.
everybody.
That's so sad. I'm gonna have to learn about that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you should.
educate
It's
yourself
good
about
to
it.
know about. I mean, it's good to know
a
about.
big American
Most things.
event. Failure.
So let's just kind of run down the characters, right, and say your piece about him. So you got the dad, Jack. He seems like a good guy. Everybody kind of puts him up on this pedestal as the show goes on. Like you find out everybody really likes him because you don't even know right now. At the end of the first episode, you don't even know that he's dead.
Wait,
I feel like they kind of.
No, they didn't say
You're
anything.
spoiling this for Lorna.
What?
well, no, I'm not. I am not
I mean,
watching
you
this.
might be able,
Like-
I mean, yeah, they don't directly
Because he
say
said,
Because they
"I'm
don't-
sure your
Well, I already
father was
knew-
proud of you."
Right, I already knew he was
He said
dead.
was
Because I knew he
Mm.
died because of he left the crock pot on and then
Spoilers.
the house catches on fire.
Something
And
happened. We
that
didn't
was
make
like
it that
it
far.
all over social media. Like when
Yeah.
they
that was
revealed
like a
that.
faulty toaster.
It was so. What happened?
I don't know.
know what happens for sure, but I do know that it's like it becomes a thing. I think it's like in the next episode where they're like, he's dead, and the mom is still alive, and so then it's like teasing out like how did he die, and it's almost like there's situations where like, oh, this is gonna be how he died, and then he doesn't die. So it's like
that.
those kind of things are the things that
I hate
that like kind of led to us like not
Why
watching.
do
whatever.
people do this?
Well,
to
it's like, what year
themselves?
did this come out?
2013, I think it was
Okay,
it.
this is
Wait,
like
wait. 2016, sorry.
okay.
After Colson was born. So we are living.
He-
We started watching it when we lived in Cottage Grove in
Uh-huh.
Oswald, and yeah,
Dude, I can't do shows like this because it makes me question like life decisions because I
Sure.
get too scared. So even like I was like, so he loses the baby. I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to have kids now because I don't know if I could ever bear the pain of losing a child. Like I literally just break down just thinking about it. It's like, nope, I can't think about life like this. It's not healthy. It's not good.
Mhm.
I'm literally thinking of the one in whatever chance.
Sure.
And you can't live life like that. And these shows do that to me. Like they absolutely do that
Mhm.
to me. It's too close to home. I can't do it.
Yeah.
This is why I watch anime. Very unrealistic. Whole other new world. Bad stuff
I
happens,
don't
but
know,
it's to
Giant
anime characters.
Titans, that's-
I am worried about getting eaten by a giant person. because of Attack on Titan.
Sometimes I would watch it and then I would go to volleyball. I would run from the house to my car because we're like live with his parents and we're in the country. I was like, what if a Titan gets me right now?
Titan's
It's
like
giant.
peeking around a tree.
It would giant,
It would
and you would
freak me
hear
out.
it coming.
So
It would
funny.
freak me
It's like
out.
that meme.
Yeah, if
But I like
I've
that.
always
I
just
like
been
that.
tired of like scared of being taken, but now I'm like older, so it's not really a fear. Now it's just a fear of someone just coming to our house watching us sleep, and
they watch me
What
sleep
the
in bed.
heck?
I'm sorry.
why she-
I'm
that's why-
sorry.
that's
I,
why
like,
she won't
will
let us-
wake up and I'll like make sure all the doors are locked. I'll close all the blinds and lock all the windows.
There's sometimes that she
gosh.
will.
And then
I will
he
go.
tried to get me to watch a show that was about a guy
Yeah, The
coming
Night
to
Stalker.
people's houses and killing them.
Well, not a show about it. It's a documentary
Oh my
series.
goodness,
Kayla. It's
that's
real.
real.
Worse. Even
It
worse.
really happened.
There are sometimes
Oh
Kayla
my
will like
goodness.
read scary things, and I will be asleep, and she'll wake me up and be like,
Well, yeah.
Go make sure everything's safe." And I'm like,
No, it
What
was it
is
was
going
I
on?
didn't read something. I was watching the lady that does the makeup tutorials and talks about the real life cases while she does her makeup.
Oh my gosh.
They're
This sounds
really
like every
good.
white girl's
I feel like I
dream.
It's a
should
good
share
niche.
it with you.
I would-
She's really good.
I would watch that.
It's super
I
fascinating.
love true crime stuff.
It's very fascinating.
One of my favorite type, like probably the weirdest
I
kind of
remember her
YouTube
name.
video that I like to watch are like police interrogations.
Burger King foot lettuce.
Not those ones.
Honey, Bunny, would
Lauren.
you binge or bail or background?
Okay, I will give you my rundown of this show right now. Episode 1 anyway.
Please do.
Okay, so as far as the extent of our show goes of binging or bailing, this is a well-made show, I
Mhm.
think.
Very
I
star-studded.
think that
cast.
it's well acted
Mhm.
and well written so far.
Uh-huh.
Production value's high. It's like or it's like single camera show,
Yep.
and so it's like it's good, but at the same time, as you guys have all touched on, it's very serious and like heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's little bits of comedy, what they really are just going. It's not like, I don't know. I like sad shows and movies where it's like, it's tragic, but it's also like rewarding in the tragedy, where it's like a character's redeemed or something, but it's tragic. Like in Logan.
I knew
I
that
was
was going to
gonna
be what you
say,
said.
just
Logan's
like
one of my
Still
favorite.
never seen it.
That's like
Oh
one of my
my
favorite. That's probably my
gosh.
favorite superhero movie.
Because
honestly.
Seth like hyped it up so much, and he's like,
It's
"Do you
so-
want to cry tonight? We
it's
can
so
watch
good.
Logan."
I
and
watched-
I'm like, "No, I don't."
I watched Logan alone first. And when Lorna was on a business trip, and I like sobbed at the end of that movie. And then when she got home, I made her watch it with me.
Nice. I watched it by myself too. the
But-
first time.
Well, Isaac bought it for us, so we watched it, and we still have
Yeah.
not watched
We
it.
traded him a lawnmower.
I
for it.
watched.
We still
I watched
have not watched
Isaac.
it.
No, I
Oh,
watched
Mayor.
it.
Isaac, I watched
Oh, you
the
watched
copy
it?
that you bought them on Voodoo.
Yeah, I watched it on Voodoo too when Kayla and the
I
kids were
still
gone.
haven't watched it.
But yeah,
Sorry.
so yeah,
Well,
Logan.
don't watch it after you watch This Is Us. I can tell you that.
No, it's
Gosh.
it's tragic, but it's different.
Yeah.
Because
it's so tragic.
his story is like redeemed at the end through the little girl. And you see it in his tragedy, his realization through his tragedy that he feels redeemed in himself.
Yes.
And, this show, it's a different format, obviously. It's a TV show, for one thing. So they're gonna drag it out.
That's the big thing for me.
And so I would say that I would bail on this show and not binge it. However, it is a show that possibly I would watch it when it was coming out, like once a week or
Yeah,
something like that.
Sure.
But I would not binge this show. I would bail on it because it is too much, I think, to like sit down and watch this whole
Yeah.
show. So bail.
Hey guys, want to binge This Is Us?
I think this is one of those shows that like if you watched it in the right, like if you were in the right mood or whatever, like when you first watched it, I feel like it could be one of those shows that could be like a comfort, like really a comfort thing for
Sure.
somebody.
Yeah.
You're
In
gonna
this-
get to know these people.
And also
their
like
it's their weekly thing they look forward to.
and like the same, or like even going back and watching it
Mhm.
again, like with people like will watch like The Notebook, like because like it's a very sad movie. It's a very like you know, I feel like it's comparable like to this kind of like when it comes to like being sad and whatever. It's more so than this, I think, at least so far from what I've seen on This Is Us. But for me, like you were saying, William, like just the format of it, to me, it's too much. Like if it's a movie and then you get the resolution, even if it's a sad resolution, any resolution in a movie is better than like it just keep going. Because I think that was the hardest part for me and Kayla is like life, it was just like there's always another thing that's going to happen. And so it's like I just need it to stop. Like just let me even if it's a lie, just tell me. And everyone was happy. And then like that's fine. But yeah.
I was just looking up, like I was trying to remember when This Is Us came out, everybody was hyped up on this other show that was supposed to be just like This Is Us. The show Parenthood.
Well, Parenthood came out before.
Was like,
Parenthood's supposed to be really good, though.
Yeah.
They were like, Parenthood is better than This Is Us.
Parenthood, I think, was done by the time This Is Us came over.
I just remember people wanting me to watch it.
I think it was like
who's in that? I can't remember.
In Parenthood. I don't know, Kayla, who's in Parenthood.
I think
it's got the Gilmore Girl lady, the mom.
Oh,
I saw on the little picture there.
Lauren Graham.
Yeah, Lauren Graham.
Lauren Graham. Oh yeah, it's got the guy from 6 Feet Under. Dax Shepard's also in it. There's a bunch of people.
Can't remember.
Yeah, I think it's because
I can
like
remember
we
the
stopped.
logo, like the title card, but I can't.
Craig T. Nelson's in it.
I think it's because we stopped
like
watching
Craig T.
This Is
Nelson.
Us,
I
and people
also
are like,
like
"Oh,
Craig T.
well, then you should watch Parenthood. It's better," kind of thing.
It literally was the next year. Parenthood ran from 2010 to 2015, and then This Is Us came out in 2016. So I think it's just like the same thing for people. It's like family kind of drama stuff, like where every once in a while you get one of those real hard hits, but then also there's some levity in it and everything.
Sure.
But you know,
It's like Brothers and Sisters. I watched that one for a long time.
it is a hallmark of television that there's like dramas like this, because like not every drama can be or should be like a workplace drama or like a police drama.
Soap operas with money.
Pretty much, yeah. And
well, I think this show's like it's so emotional because it hits home for a lot of people. Like you yourself might not have been adopted or like lost a child or something, but you know someone who has, or you know, like that's why it's such an emotional.
My mom is adopted.
Yep.
That's crazy.
This is Annette.
I know. I've taken a DNA test and I want my mom to take one because we don't have any clue because it was like closed. But I think now it could be open, but it's possible they don't have her information and stuff because like back then.
So what about you, Lorna?
Those times.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. There's other show. So I want to watch. I get the appeal of it because I want to watch it because I want to be like in the loop of like what happens, and I want to talk about it with other people because I know a lot of other people really like it. But I don't know. I just don't know if it would be good for my mental health, like in the long run. Because there's some sad things I've watched that I think about it and I'm like, I like spiral. Like Logan's one of those movies I spiral when if I think about it too much, because it's like I think about his pain and the fighting, and it's like just so raw. And I don't know. This is why I read like fantasy books, or
there's a lot of fantasy books like that these days.
Well, yeah, but it's fake. Like
so is X-Men.
I don't know, but Logan. But this is like no. This is like
live action.
Live action. You're seeing the people cry. You're seeing them hurt. You're seeing them like go through the motions. And I think the worst off is like, you know, easily it could be you going through those things, and so it's like
you could easily be Logan
too
Wayne.
much.
You could.
And I'll be Patrick Stewart.
Don't be what they made you to be.
I was gonna say, oh, maybe this is like a background show for me, but I think you have to really pay attention to it to know what's going on.
Yeah, this is the kind of show
because you jump back and forth so much, you know.
I kind of want to just like look up on YouTube because undoubtedly there's just like what happened in the first season.
Yeah,
of
right.
This Is
Someone's
and
got to
just
review
like
it out there.
just what, because it's like Season 2 of This Is Us is getting ready to start, so don't forget, let's find out what happened in Season 1.
Here's 63 Easter eggs you missed in Season 1 of This
What
Is
kind of Easter eggs would there be? What are they called?
Literal Easter eggs.
Did you know that this car is an old car because it's the part of the show that's back in time?
If you notice on the television, there's Iran on the TV. It shows that it takes place during the Iran conflict.
No, it's talked about the Iran conflict on the TV. Did you know Iran is a country? That's that's the
If
Easter
you
egg.
didn't notice, everyone in this neonatal unit is smoking.
That lets us know that this takes place in the past. They keep saying that they're going to have triplets. That means 3 babies. And those are 10 awesome facts about This Is Us.
It's like a counter digging up.
Yeah. And the number one most cool Easter egg in the first episode of This Is Us. Did you know Toby's played by the guy who's Taserface in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Before we get to our last cool fact, I'd like to talk about our sponsor, NordVPN.
Have you ever wanted to watch a TV show, but you could only watch
You
it?
guys need to cut this out.
This is the good stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Today's
This is modern YouTube content in a
Okay,
nutshell.
what- How do
today's
you
sponsor
say-
is Casper Mattress.
I
What,
graduated
so-
in 2000.
I'm curious. I want to dig into this more. Which one of yous initiated the discussion where you're like, we can't watch this show anymore? It's too much.
We pretty much were crying,
It's
and then
like-
we looked at each other like, I can't do this
Yeah, it's
anymore.
like, I don't want to do this.
I don't care. We'll just
Interesting.
find
So
out.
it's a
We'll just
mutual
spoil
decision
it.
then.
Yeah, we'll just
Okay.
spoil it later.
Fair
Yes.
enough.
Yeah, see, I feel like with this show, I would get too impatient, and I'd be like, what bad thing is going to happen? I'm just going to look it up on the
But that's
internet.
also was us trying to do it week to week. Maybe it would be different if we were just like one more episode.
Right.
One more episode. One time I heard of this. So, like, if you have trouble stopping shows because at the end there's always a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
This life pro tip I read online said, just pause in the middle of an episode when everything is happy before it gets to a cliffhanger, and then you don't have to worry about the cliffhanger.
That's actually a really good idea.
So you
And
watch
don't
like
have
an
that
episode
kind
and a
of
half.
self-control.
and then
Yeah.
Yep.
and then
But
start.
Kayla does not have that kind of self-control.
Dude,
That's
please
correct.
don't.
I have
the
to-
Crown is what got us this last week. I love The Crown. And they make it just like you have to know what's going to happen next.
And you had the worst thing that can happen when you love a TV show happen to you, where you
You
thought
did.
you had another episode, but you didn't. Kayla's
no.
been there multiple
I
times.
I
have.
was so.
Like-
I have.
all day, I had such a hard day with work. And all day I was like, Lorna, just think of tonight when you can cuddle up on the couch and you can watch The Crown. And that was like my happy thing that I was looking forward to the end of the day. And I didn't realize, I was confused myself because the night before we're like, no, we're going to wait. We're going to be good. We're going to save this next episode for tomorrow. And then we're like, screw it. We're just going to watch it tonight. And then we got to the next night and my heart sank because I was like, we already watched it. And now I have to wait until 2022 for the season 5 to come out. And Princess Di is probably going to die in that season.
Lauren, I hate to break it to you, Princess Di died a long time ago.
I know she did. I had a Barbie doll of her.
That's weird.
97. Why is that weird?
I know, because we're just
Yeah,
talking about
was
her
that
being
Barbie?
dead. That's why it was weird to me.
I love Princess Di.
I mean, she was very popular before she died.
Oh my gosh,
so,
she was
like,
gorgeous.
She
My mom
probably-
loved her.
She had the Barbie doll before.
before,
she
yes,
died.
yeah, which is not weird.
I think it was made after she
Like a
died.
commemorative
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I
Anyways.
didn't mean to call your wife weird. I
I
apologize.
am weird. It's not offensive.
Lorna, you're the
Whatever.
most normal person we know. You're
Oh,
basic.
That hurts my feelings.
Lorna, sorry, you're basic.
I want to be extraordinary. Okay,
You are.
anyways. Anyways.
You're
Oh my gosh, this is us. This is
This is
Wayman,
us, bro.
Lorna.
Okay. So,
Yeah, Kayla,
so
what do
we
you think?
watched it again. Didn't get very emotional.
You didn't? Why were
I
you
got a
yelling at
little
Seth
bit-
to not touch you?
Because she would have got emotional then.
Oh.
Yeah, I got emotional with the doctor.
Yeah.
I love that guy. I really love that.
Major
guy.
Dad, yeah, he's
Those
great.
were the
But
two
I
times I almost
felt
cried.
more like I'm okay, and so maybe I could watch it. Maybe I can watch it now. We're in a different point of our life.
Do you guys
Very
know
true.
what happens all the way through the end?
No.
No.
Well, the show's still running.
Oh, it's still running.
New
I thought it was
episode.
done.
The newest episode comes out March 9th.
See, I don't like that. That makes me want to bail. I
It's
thought
not-
it was done.
it's not
I
done
thought
yet.
it was over.
Mm-mm. But you could talk about it with Kayla Allen.
I could.
She would love it. She would love it.
Friend of the show, Kayla Allen.
Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, she
I don't
recommended
know.
it to us.
Yeah, that kind of makes me want to bail, though. It's still going on.
Not the Kayla Allen part, the part that it's still running.
I need a conclusion. I'm very much like, it doesn't matter if I've seen something already. I need to watch the end of it. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen, like, a movie or whatever. If I start watching a movie,
Do you remember
I
how-
wanna watch it till the end.
Do you remember how Scrubs ended and then they had another season afterwards?
Oh, really?
They had like the best ending of the show with the Book of Love song and
I
everything.
watched that final episode over and over
I know.
and over.
And then we
well,
had that-
actually that last whole clip.
But then they made another season after
Loved
that.
it.
I want
And
that
it
to
was-
happen with Schitt's
Well,
Creek.
it was more of like a
No, you don't.
spin-off.
Yes,
It
Not
was
if
a
it's
spin-off.
not if it's like Scrubs, you don't.
Yes,
No.
I do.
Scrubs was the last season of Scrubs. Was
No,
not
I
good.
want more Schitt's Creek.
No, you don't.
It's
It
too
ended
good.
good.
It needs to be
No,
done.
I want to see them fail and
Nope.
try and try.
Oh
and
no, that'd be
prevent.
awful. If
That would
like
be awful.
Great.
if the next season
Would be
started, it's
great.
like
It's a great wrap up.
No.
if the next
I want
season
more.
started.
Shows are awful. Too many
Just
shows
follow them
go
on
until they're
Instagram.
bad.
You guys don't get to
You
tell
need
me
to
what I want.
build-
I'm telling you, I want more David.
And we're telling you
That's
you're
fine.
wrong. We're
Alexis,
telling you that
he'll-
you're alone in that.
I'm sure
That's
you're
what we're
gonna
telling
have another show.
You can just rewatch.
A little bit Alexis.
you. A spin-off show? Maybe I could see that.
Of just
About Alexis going and doing whatever she
Yeah, Alexis.
Well, I want to see
Yeah.
what like David and Moira do in New York and all that stuff.
I don't need.
It will be them going to like the what?
But I want
I
to
don't need any
see
Subway or
David.
whatever.
how their
I want a
time in
David.
Schitt's Creek has changed
Yeah,
them
he
in
stays
New
there.
York. I think
David
it would
needs
change
to.
them.
David stayed in.
They
Schitt's
stayed
Creek.
in Schitt's Creek.
David and Moira did?
David is the son.
Or no, sorry, Johnny and Moira. I want to see what Johnny and Moira do in New York.
I want them to just be. If you're gonna do anything, Alexis. That's it. That's all I want. Or
A little
Ted
bit more
spin-off.
Alexis.
Ted spinoff would be
name.
great. Or what's the girl that works in the diner? What's her name?
Oh, Twyla?
Yeah,
Twyla.
Twyla.
Twyla spinoff.
Twyla spinoff.
Or Stevie spinoff.
Or
I like Steve
they
a
just
lot.
do it. I guess David still lives there, so I would be like, they just go to the town or just in Schitt's Creek, but without the main family there. It's just everybody else.
The side character. That's what I want of Gilmore Girls. That's all I want is side characters of Gilmore Girls. I don't like Rory. I don't like
That's
Lorelai.
right.
I like everyone else. That's why
Everyone
I kept watching
else?
the yes,
Even the
that's
mom?
Why I kept watching the show. Even Kirk.
Even their
I
mom.
watched through the whole original
Yeah.
show, and I thought it was all right.
Don't
Because
like the
most-
spin-offs.
But then the
on
spin-off
Netflix. Don't
definitely
like
lost me.
spin-offs.
Aren't they
we were
doing
like,
more?
What's
don't know.
happening?
Dude, okay, I'm gonna just plot this out for you real quick so you can know.
Now we're
a
talking
little
about
bit.
Gilmore Girls.
This is us, Gilmore Girls.
So
There
there's a
is
connection.
Yeah, Milo's in both.
Milo.
Yes,
so Milo.
I loved Milo.
Jesse.
But anyway,
Hart.
So
What's up?
there, one of the new episodes from like the after show thing, whatever they called it.
Yes.
What they call it?
Seasons of something, Seasons of Life or
Seasons
something.
of Life, whatever. Anyway, there's an episode where freaking James Gunn's brother is like in this play that one of the old people in the town wrote, like the guy that runs the store and like it's in everyone's business wrote this play or something.
Yes.
They have the audacity
Oh no!
to show me the whole play
Yeah.
in this episode.
For
There's
real?
literally-
For
Huh?
real. It's not like a sizzle like scene thing. It's literally
There's act breaks in the play.
it's literally the whole play. They show the characters watching the whole play and their reactions to the whole play.
Why?
It's not like
And to
I
make
wish
it
I
worse,
could tell you.
There's like 10 minutes straight, this is not exaggeration, of Lauren Graham singing.
Your
Why?
pupils are very big right now.
Okay, let me just say this: I half
It's so
watched.
disappointing after the investment you make in like I think it's 6 seasons. Is there 6 or 7 seasons ago?
I had
Girls?
never felt like show wasted my time more than that episode of that show.
We fast forwarded through it
We
first
did
time we
fast
watched
forward
it.
through
We
it.
were like, "This is literally."
Well, then how do you
pointless.
know it was all bad?
Because I went back and watched it.
Because
Oh,
the
okay.
first 10 minutes of it were awful.
It was so bad. It's so bad. I think that's not the fall one. I think that's the spring one. I can't remember.
Is it 4 like
I don't
hour-long
even
episodes
remember
or
Yeah.
any
something?
Yes.
of it
And each one's a
anymore.
different season.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
If you're out
Sean
on
Gunn is
the
his name.
road-
Sean Gunn.
yeah.
The guy who's Rocket Raccoon.
Well, he's also,
Craiglin.
Craiglin.
Yes.
All right.
Paris
so
is the best character.
What
in
were the
Gilmore Girls.
final verdicts again? Are you bailing?
Everybody's
Keela?
bailing.
You're bailing?
Yeah,
You're bailing.
Galen.
I
I
did
don't know.
disappoint
It's
a
like
lot
a
of
part
people.
of me wants to like
Just
binge
do
it,
it.
but then it's like
You-
I don't know, this is too much. I'll wait till it's
Commit,
done and then
Caleb.
I'll.
You should
binge
just
it.
go in. I support
What?
you.
Commit.
I don't got time for it.
It's true. You don't anymore.
She's too legit to commit.
She's too busy working at Silos.
Maybe sometime I'll
Oh yeah.
look up what's going on.
I'm running up
After
to
this, I'm going to Google and see if there's a video that's like, what happened in this? And I guarantee there is one.
Yeah, but let's do that.
Can we
we'll,
be-
we'll get caught up and then we'll start watching now.
Ugh, I don't want to go week to week.
You just said that you could go week to week and not every
See,
day. I'm confused.
I'm
by
too
you.
tired.
Or you could just not watch the show.
You know what
Yeah.
show I'm going to watch instead?
Very well done. Good job on This Is Us. Nice show.
Nice show, good job.
Nice show, good
No, thank you.
That's Kayla's
No, thank
Amazon
you.
review. Nice show.
Nice show, good
It's a
job.
1-star
Not from
review.
me. 1-star review. Oh man, 1-star
1
review.
star, nice show,
Great
good job.
show, well written, wonderfully acted. The cast is
1 star.
phenomenal.
On
Would
my-
not recommend you watching it.
My Hulu was buffering mid-episode 1 star.
On my small, on
Dude,
the
that's
small
how it goes
biz,
in reviews.
the small biz meme page. Literally today they posted. It says, "Love the product, 10 out of 10," but then it says 4 stars on the thing.
And
The
that
review.
is it, bro.
That happens on Google reviews a lot. People are like, "This
10
place
out of
was
10.
awesome. Can't wait to go back." 3 stars. It's like, what the heck are
Maybe,
you doing?
maybe,
You gotta earn those
maybe,
stars.
maybe
You
to
gotta
them
earn
3
it.
is the best.
Yikes on bikes.
Yeah.
Maybe to them in this 5-star rating system.
Hopefully it was an
3 is top
accident.
tier,
It
3
might
is
have
the
been an
best.
accident. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I would like to believe the best in people. And be
I like-
they're old.
I like all the people.
It's a good. It is a good show that I am not interested in watching. That is where I. That's
It's
where I.
too
stand.
dramatic for me.
Even this poster we're looking at, I'm like, why is Toby looking at everyone like that? And also, Toby looks great with a beard.
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on with Toby there?
No, he's lost. Toby's lost
Everybody
a lot
else
of
is
weight.
pretty much looking at the camera.
No, they're not. Like none of them are looking at the.
Wait, that's Toby?
Yeah, dude.
What a guy, bro.
All right, my butt hurts from sitting. We gotta wrap this.
All right. All right, so I guess that's going to be where we finish off this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Next time, I think we're going to watch Ted Lasso, which is on Disney Plus, not Disney Plus, on Apple Plus. I've heard it's talked about we mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about it.
Why is it every channel plus?
Because
I
it's
did not know.
extra, so
Apple
you got to
Plus
pay
was
for it.
the-
You're paying for the plus.
Apple
sign
TV
there.
Plus.
So you guys are paying for it then?
They
I have
free.
3 free months of it because I just got a new TV.
Oh yeah, that's right. So
But I was already talking to Kayla. I was already talking to Kayla because there's just one season. It's like 8 episodes. I was like, you can get 7 days for free. Would you just want to watch this show with me?
Yeah, you
So-
could.
But it's only like 8 episodes, but we'll watch the first episode for next time. All right. Cool. Well, thanks so much for listening. Hopefully, I remember to cut
you
out
stayed
all of
with
the
us.
offensive parts of the podcast. So,
Oh my
Please do. I want to
God.
keep.
all right. Well, have fun watching TV.